I'm Lauren Herrera of SmashTheScale.com, a 45-day program so you can break free from yo-yo dieting and self-sabotage so you can feel amazing in your skin. Sheila Veers and I have teamed up to bring you this very unique program you can do at your local gym or in the comfort of your own home. In this video, you'll see instructions on how to do an in-the-gym workout using barbells, kettlebells, dumbbells, and machines. Thank you so much for letting us coach you through this self-discovery journey. We can't wait to interact with you on Facebook, on our calls, and through our emails. Please feel free to reach out to us at any time. When you guys are at the gym, you're going to do the same exact warm-up every single workout. You can just print off your sheets and follow along. So we're gonna do 10 squat to stands, 5 lateral lunges on each leg, and then 10 push-ups. And you can definitely do push-ups on your knees, or you can do a full push-up on your toes, whatever's gonna feel more comfortable. For your squat to stand, just make sure that your feet are wider than your hips and your toes are facing forward so that you actually get a stretch out of this. You're gonna bend over, so you get a hamstring stretch first. Then you're gonna drop your hips down as low as you can get and don't let your feet twist. Then reach your arms up and then stand up. So you're gonna get a full body stretch and you're gonna get all your joints to get some good movement in them. So as a profile, toes face forward, bend over, drop the hips down, arms up, and stand up. So you're gonna do 10 of these. Your lateral lunge is gonna be wider and your toes, again, are gonna face forward. You're gonna counterbalance with your arms just so that you can allow yourself to get down as low as possible to stretch the inner and outer leg and the inner and outer ankle. So you just stretch your arms forward as much as you need to so you don't feel like you're gonna fall over. And again, the profile, you wanna have a flat back and make sure that the bending just comes from the hip, the knee, and the ankle, not your back. So we'll do 5 on each side every time you work out. Your final warm-up is for your upper body, so you're gonna do a push-up. You can either go down onto your knees, push your butt forward, lift your chest up, and look at the floor about 3 feet in front of you so that your neck stays straight. You're just gonna bend your elbows, press back up. You're gonna go for 10. If you feel that you can do a full push-up, squeeze your butt really hard. Again, look at the floor about 3 feet in front of you, bend, and straighten. And now you're ready to rock and roll. The bar height is gonna be a little bit lower than your collarbones so that you can get below the bar and then stand up. So you don't have any strain to your back, or you don't have to go up onto your toes to get it on and off the rack. You're gonna use your thumbs and the different textures of the bar to get yourself centered. So you have the smooth part and you have the scratchy part that's really called the knurl. So we're gonna take a thumb measurement and we're gonna put our thumb at the beginning of the knurl. Once you're there, you're gonna do a full grip and then you're gonna go under the bar. If you already know that you have a pretty tight chest, you can use the outer rings to give yourself a measurement. All you wanna do is make sure that you're symmetrical on the equipment. So you can either go narrower if you're more flexible, or if you know that you're already pretty tight through the chest, you can have your hands go wider. So I'm gonna do a thumb measurement, then I'm gonna get a full grip of the bar and I'm gonna go underneath. I'm gonna back away from the rack, separate my feet a little bit wider than my hips, and keep my chest up. Right now, the bar is across the shoulder blades. It's not gonna be too low, and it's not gonna be up on top of my neck. If I pinch my shoulder blades, the bar will stay lifted, and then the squat will turn out really well. One of the most important things about your squat is the setup of the equipment. So I'm gonna go over 2 things before you actually get started with your squat workout. Number 1, that has to go. Don't use this, okay? It's gonna change the angles of where the pressure of the bar goes into your body. We want the pressure of the bar to go into your butt and your legs. If you put this on, it's gonna distort where that setup goes. And weight training, strength training is all about having the correct angles so that you don't get hurt. So the reason why you're not gonna use this is because you're gonna learn how to put the bar on your back correctly. Your shoulder blades have a little ridge on top of them. When you pinch your shoulder blades together, that ridge goes together and the bar will actually sit on top. So you're gonna feel kind of the bar right above the shoulder blade, and the soft tissue of your muscle and your fat and your skin is gonna kind of wrap around the bar a little bit and feel really secure. If it doesn't feel secure, we have to figure out how to get you comfortable on the bar. Do as much as you can to stay away from props on the equipment because they do distort the angles of the workout, and we want this workout to be correct so that you don't get hurt. The second thing that not a lot of people know about when they're using the cage is that down here, you can kind of see it in the reflection. Let's see, we'll lower this down. So down here is usually something that doesn't get changed and nobody really knows what it's for. This is so that if you're doing a squat and you can't get back out of it, then you won't get into trouble. So you don't need a spotter to help you. So what you're gonna do is know how far you squat down, and then you're gonna set these up just a little bit lower so that if you did get into trouble and couldn't stand back up out of your squat, you could just relax, let the bar sit, and then you'll just crawl right out, okay? So I'm just gonna adjust this one to my height. Usually this stuff is pretty easy to change. Alright, we're ready to squat. Find the correct placement for your hands using the textures of the bar. Go underneath, placing the bar across the ridge of the shoulder blades, sticking out your butt, keeping your chest high, feet under the hips. Stand up, take first step back to get away from the rack, your second to open up to half your squat position, and your third and final to finish the squat. Take a big inhale, hold your breath as you squat down. Stand up, squeeze your butt, and exhale. Always hold your breath while your spine is under load. When you're finished squatting, rack the bar by walking forward until you cannot walk anymore. Once you're in, bend your legs to safely place the bar down. We're here at the Smith machine, and this is going to give you a workout that's going to be more sculpting and a little bit metabolic at the same time that you're building a really nice round butt. So this is the Smith machine. It is a fixed bar, so things are going to feel a little bit different, and you're going to use the benefit of the bar being fixed to your advantage. You're actually going to lean into the equipment, which is something that you couldn't do with just a free barbell. So let's check it out. The bars usually have a knurl and a smooth part again, which is just going to make things easy for you to make sure that you're centered on the equipment. So I just always do a thumb measurement just to make sure that I have the right distance. And you might be kind of in an in-between position where the rack is too high and you have to go up on your toes, or it's going to be a little bit too low and you're really going to have to squat down low. It's always better to squat down lower than it is to go up on your toes, especially if you have weight on your back. So I'm going to go down below. I'm going to put the bar in the same position as I did as my barbell squat, across the shoulder blades, not up on the neck and not down, and I'm going to really try not to use any props so I just feel my own body. I'm going to stand up with it, and the hooks are going to leave, and you want to make sure that you're putting pressure against the bar so that you don't rack it on accident. You're going to bring your feet forward so that you're in a downhill slope. And you can look over your shoulder if you have a mirror, or you can just try to really feel it, that you're leaning back into the equipment. Your thumbs can go on top with your fingers, or they can wrap around, whatever is easier. Now the leg that's in front is going to be the working leg. I'm going to feel that butt cheek. I'm going to take the opposite leg back so that I go down. And as I come forward, I'm not going to put weight on my non-working leg. So the leg that's going back and forth is never going to have full body weight again in the starting position, because I want to keep all the work in that stationary legs butt cheek. Begin with bar on shoulders, feet under hips to unrack. Bring feet forward in a downhill slope. Keep the front knees stationary on top of the ankle. Make any adjustments you need to make sure you feel the front legs butt cheek do the work. Single leg deadlift can be done with a barbell, kettlebell, dumbbell, or just your body weight. I'll show you body weight and using a dumbbell just for this tutorial. For your body weight, start with your feet directly underneath your hip flexors. So that's hip distance apart, not butt tush distance apart. Toes are facing forward, hands on your hips. You're gonna unweight one of your legs, and you're gonna keep your hips square towards the floor. So your shoulders and your hips are gonna stay facing the floor the whole time. As you go over, you're gonna keep your chest up high, and that's gonna allow you to keep your back nice and flat. Your goal is to get completely horizontal to the floor. Chest up nice and tight. Hinge over, and then stand back up. Be careful that you don't turn out like a ballerina. You wanna keep everything square. When you use a dumbbell, you can put it in the opposite hand of where you're working, because that's gonna add even more work and strength and development to your core. So I'm gonna use my right leg as my working leg again. The dumbbell's in my left hand. You're gonna make sure that your toes are facing straight ahead and you start with your legs together. You're gonna lunge away from the dumbbell. So as you step out to the side, a lateral step, I'm gonna tap the dumbbell down onto the ground. My toes are still facing forward on both sets of feet, and then I'm gonna press myself back up. The stationary leg stays totally straight as I go from side to side. You wanna keep your chest up, and you can use your free arm just to help you keep your balance. If you need to put a mat down in front of you or a rope to help you stay lateral, you can go ahead and do that, because you don't want to go forward and you don't want to go back behind you. You want to keep your toes going straight ahead and just move from side to side. Spine twist can go one of two ways. You can bring your legs together and pull the pinky side of your foot back. This is going to be a lot of work in your hips. You're going to sit up tall, fingers out to a T, twist and center, twist and center. Or if you want to get a stretch, you're going to put the bottoms of your feet together to stretch out your hips. Same thing, arms in a T, then you're going to twist to each side. Twist, you're going to place the top leg's foot in front of the shoelaces of your bottom foot. This top leg is gonna pivot on the heel. Your free arm is gonna thread underneath your body, and your hips are gonna twist up like a triangle. So from here, I'm gonna pivot on the heel. My back heel never touches the floor. I'm gonna stretch my arm underneath my body, and then I'm gonna swivel myself back down. Hips up, swivel your hips to the ceiling, swivel the hips back down. For side kick, you're gonna lay down on the back edge of your mat. Your forearm, your elbow, your hip are gonna go to the back, and then your feet are gonna go to the front. This is gonna give you a 45-degree angle in your hip to make it easy to do the exercise. You're gonna point your toe like a ballerina, bend your knee, straighten to the ceiling, flex the ankle, stretch it down. You're gonna do 3 of these, and then you'll change directions. I'm just gonna show you 2 right now. You're gonna go up with the flexed foot, point your ankle, bend your knee, push it down. Flex the ankle, lift up, point the ankle, bend your knee, and push it down.